she's got that country voodoo. He's gonna love the likes of you. A pinch of regret, shake of hate. I'll stir that pot, yeah, you just wait. Devil works in, I don't mind. So catch the spell and bide your time. If revenge is your goal, trade your soul secrets.
I am here with Jennifer Webb from Diamonds and Whiskey out of North Carolina. They have just released a single called Backcountry Voodoo. It will be included on their sophomore album, Blonde Ambition, which comes out later this year. Now, again, Jennifer, thanks so much for being here.
No, thanks for having me on.
I say later this year. Do we have a tentative date?
Everyone's asking, but I have been told by the higher powers that we can't tell anybody yet. So right. I think it's going to be around, fall sometime, but I'm not sure yet. I think we're going to release 2 more singles at least before we drop the whole record.
Yeah, definitely. And Backcountry Voodoo, that is cool. Country rock band. Is that a good description for Diamonds and Whiskey?
Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely a little country, and it seems to be a lot more rock and roll lately, but yeah.
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw you guys doing TNT from AC/DC.
You did?
Yeah, I did. That was a lot more rock and roll than country. But it is a great balance. The single is just phenomenal. Just really well done. You have a really great bridge between that country and rock thing. Eddie Z, which are you at the Playhouse now?
I am at the Playroom. If you
Playroom.
Actually, let me show you just for
Awesome.
some fun here.
Yeah, very cool.
My band is setting up right now.
Awesome.
And we're in the Playroom, and that's Mr. Gary Pettis. So yeah, we're actually getting ready to have full band rehearsal because shows start next week, which we're really excited about.
Yeah, That's too cool. And the Playroom, Eddie Z, just a great producer. It's a great place to record. It's got a great studio to record in there. What has Eddie brought to your music that wasn't necessarily there before?
Well, I mean, production in general is just 1,000 times better. I don't know if you probably haven't had time, but our last record, which was amazing, great songs and everything, but we didn't really have production, like we do now. And we've been working on this record now for 10 months, and Eddie has just brought in, the best players possible, and spent a lot of time on even just minor details, little sounds in the song, that I'm just not used to having. So, and then, we get to record in a state-of-the-art facility, which is amazing. So he's pretty much brought everything, if you will,
Yeah. I have listened to the last record, and they are great songs, and I really enjoy it. It's
thank you.
This new record, what's the biggest difference between Blonde Ambition and Heartbreak Queen?
So new set of stories, so I write all of our songs, and they all come from places in my life. So this is kind of a new, I don't know, whole new part of my life, I guess, is in this record, first of all. So, and of course, then the production is completely different from last time. However, I think we stuck with the traditional kind of swampy feel that we have, and like the last record, you're going to find songs that are completely traditional country all the way to just rock and roll. And then there's even ragtime and some pop on the record too. So no song sounds alike.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah. Now, you have Elena Martin as your fiddle player, which was really a surprise to me because I hadn't seen you until it dropped on my desk, and then I started doing my homework, and I saw Elena there, and I said, "That's that fiddle player from Connor Christian and Southern Gothic." And
Yes.
it is. Yeah, I have seen them many times over the years, and she's phenomenal.
Yeah, she's amazing. She is, yeah, I don't know. I can't even really describe how talented she is. She's that good. And if you've seen her, then you know. I feel like with us, uh, more of her, I guess, attitude is brought out because I really pushed her to the whole rock and roll edge, with her violin playing. But yeah, she's just incredible. Unfortunately, right now she's not with us. When COVID happened and we lost our tour, Elena took a step back from music for a little while. She had some family members that she was worried about being around and that sort of thing. So COVID kind of changed that. We haven't been playing this year. So, but yeah, she is absolutely just amazing. I can't say enough about her.
Will she be on the album? Did she record with you?
No, she didn't on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So the last record we all played. So, I played guitar, piano on it, and the band actually played. This record is a little different. So I don't even think I played a note on the record. So I
Okay.
wrote things and then we hired like the best of the best to come in. And it's more I don't know how to really describe it, but it's not as fiddle driven. So I think there's only one song with a fiddle solo. So now it's a little different. We've got banjo,
Okay.
mandolin, lots of percussion, organ, just tons of different instruments that we didn't have before. So yeah, it's a lot different from the last one in that way. But we had Kat McDonald play fiddle on, and she's incredible. She's out of Nashville. So she's on one of the songs. And then we had some symphony players come in and play viola and violin and that sort of thing. So you'll still hear it on there, just be different players.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you have specific goals for this new record? Did you say I want less fiddle, or did you say, I want this a little more of a country record or a rock record or anything like that?
I actually didn't. I think, when we were doing pre-pro, I just brought in basically what I had written with the piano or guitar and played that. And then each song has a life of its own. So we didn't really try to stick with any sort of um, theme throughout musically. It was more like, what does this song need and what do we want to put in it? And that kind of built over time. It wasn't anything that I started with in my head.
Okay. Okay. Now you write everything. You write the music and the lyrics for all the songs.
Yeah. So I come in with a basic, my chord structure, melody, and the lyrics. And then, Eddie kind of took it from there. And these players came in and just created the most amazing riffs and solos and everything to go along. And it just turned out amazing. Yeah.
Man, very cool. Very cool. I saw your photos, your headshots, the photos for Country Voodoo. You are an extremely beautiful woman. I mean, it's obvious, and I always think there's so many bands that are fronted by women, and I always question that some people might not get past that. Is that ever a concern? I mean, the new album is Blonde Ambition, and that's obviously, it refers to you, and that beauty side of it. Do you ever concern yourself that people, might overshadow your talents in some way?
Yeah, so that's a big thing of mine, actually. Obviously, today you're getting the no makeup, no hair extensions,
And
very
still
natural.
beautiful.
Oh,
And
you're very
still
sweet. Thank
beautiful.
you. That's very kind. Yeah, it does. So, in fact, it's somewhat frustrating at times because I feel,
Sure.
and we talk about this a lot, especially with my social media manager and everything about posting pretty pictures, what gets the most likes, what's, that whole thing. And I hate it. And if you would come to one of our shows, you would see that I wear like this extreme makeup that's actually not that beautiful. It's more just about like being different. And people always ask me about that. And I feel like for women in particular, and the biggest message I could probably put out there for females is to be whatever you want to be. And I think that comes out in my music a lot, is that, love it or hate it, you won't forget it. And I think that's kind of who I want to be as a woman. And I wish other women would stop worrying so much about every little thing or what things look like, and just be yourself.
Yeah, and I mean, your talent is on par with your beauty, and it's obvious. I mean,
Oh,
the
thank you.
first thing I saw was the photos,
All
and
right.
I said, "Wow," it's obviously, you have that. But then I started to play it, and it's obvious that there's major talent here. So I don't think there's any kind of problem, where there's no overshadowing that voice for sure. So it's pretty great. I did see that at one time you had a title of warrior for this record.
Yes.
Why the title change?
So that was the initial thought for the record, and it's a lot about my story and what I've been through and that sort of thing. And I don't know. I think we thought it through, and after we heard all the songs, and I thought that Warrior would be the natural title for the record. But when we started talking about it, Blonde Ambition really lent to who I am as a person, and who I want to be for women in particular, and what we were just talking about. And then it carried throughout the whole record, this theme, and it's really more just about being a badass, and what I want to look like and who I want to be is really, it's my prerogative, So I felt like it was just a more fun title and really lent to the music better than Warrior. However, Warrior is an incredible track, and I think you're really going to dig it. That is the one major rock and roll anthem, if you will, on the album.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, I know you're a lot of rock and roll. Did you grow up with, I mean, you're in North Carolina. Did you grow up in North Carolina?
I did. I was born and reared here.
All
Yes.
right. Country girl.
Yeah. Yes. I was, and no, I did not grow up with rock and roll or any other kind of music. I grew up with no TV and no radio, and basically playing in church, is where I got started, and singing. And so very gospel background. And I didn't really hear rock and roll until I was nearly 18. And so I fell in love with all sorts of genres. I went through my rap phase, where Timberlands and everything for a while. Like I was very hooked on Eminem and Lil Wayne, and then very much into Metallica and Heart, and then the whole '90s alternative movement. Matchbox 20 is my favorite band ever, and Creed, all those bands. So I definitely went through everything. I feel like kind of all at once, because I've been waiting all those years to listen to other music. So yeah, I've got influences from pretty much every genre, but that didn't happen until later.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, you mentioned many, many rock bands there. But country music has been a part of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, the only thing outside of hymns that we were ever allowed to listen to was a little Dolly Parton and some Patsy Cline, some stuff that was mild. Yeah, but wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's a really diverse group of bands and music that you've named.
Right.
That really helps with the sound of the band, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I think that's why every song is different, and every song has its own life, like I said. And I think a lot of it is maybe I just have multiple personalities, and one day I'm one thing and the next time another. Yeah.
Formal vocal training. Now I know you've got a trainer now. When did you start, and did you start with formal vocal training?
Yes. So, just started with the hymns in church and that sort of thing. But in high school, I was classically trained to sing opera. So, I thought eventually that's where I'd end up. And then it took a different turn. So yeah, but that's where it started. And that's where the power in my voice, I guess, comes from. And now I go through vocal coaching every week to just keep my vocal cords that way. And then, I had thyroid cancer a year and a half ago and had to have that removed. And that surgery really took a lot out of my purpose area, I feel like. So,
yeah.
So the vocal coaching and warming up and everything is a really big help to me right now.
Yeah. Yeah. is there any particular collaboration that you would? Is there a dream collaboration for you? Because I mean, you're so well versed in so many different types of music, and is there somebody that you'd really like to work with in the future?
Oh, well, yeah, I've got my dreams, of course. Prince would have been my number one, but he's not here anymore, unfortunately. Um, Cher is probably my number two, and then Rob Thomas, of course.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Very cool. Now you have a song called "Walk On." Um, and it's a lead song in a film called "Where's Nancy." Um,
Yes.
it's extremely emotional track. To listen to it is it's deep, and it's beautiful. Tell me a little bit about that song and what that means to you. Writing a song like that. I mean, it's just it's moving for a
Wow.
listener.
Thank you. I appreciate you listening to that. It's so funny to me that people bring this up in almost every interview, and I'm always amazed that people have listened to that because it's not something we've really, promoted a whole lot at this point yet. But yeah, that oh God, I want to cry thinking about it, but that meant everything to me. So that's a song where I played the piano, Elena played the violin, and I wrote the song, of course. And I got asked to write for this film about a lady that had Alzheimer's, and I wrote that song in about 5 minutes flat. It just fell out of me. I was actually just on my way to the studio because it had to be done in a hurry, and I'm just in my head, just it's coming out of me, and went straight in and recorded it. And it's a really raw production, nothing crazy in it, but I was so honored to get to do that, and I think it just turned out beautifully. But I have Lyme disease, and it's been really bad in my life, and I had lost my memory for quite a while when I was younger. And so just my little bout with that, with the memory loss as bad as it was, I can't even imagine what people with Alzheimer's go through. So this really meant a lot to me. And I think drawing from that experience helped me write the song. But I did get to go to my first film premiere and actually play that song in California. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. And unfortunately, COVID happened right when we were there. Elena and I were out there playing, and that's when everything shut down. So it's just now starting to make its way through film festivals this year, thank goodness. But it's the film's already won twice at two different Academy qualified film festivals. So we're real proud of it, and I'm really honored to be a part of it, and that I got my first song in a film. So I mean, I got to meet the family and to know what it means to them. Just an incredible experience. I bawled. Yeah.
I'm sure, and
Yeah.
I'm getting misty even thinking about it. How do you even do you make it through a song like that in a live setting like that? Just insane. Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, Whereas Nancy is a film that somebody lost their spouse who wandered off because of Alzheimer's, and was found in bones were found.
Yes.
So it is a sad story, but it's a story that has changed things for people with Alzheimer's, and it's really done amazing things. When I read about it, I said, this is a major constructive thing that's come out of something really horrible. And for you to contribute such a beautiful song as
Thank you.
you're part of that, and that's really a great thing. Will we see you on the road with this new record? I know everything's starting to open up a little bit. You had something planned, and you got a few dates now, right?
Yes.
Do you plan on expanding that? Because I know you got little ones at home, right?
I do. Well, I have one little one. So
Okay.
my son's actually older. He's 17. My daughter, though, is 3. But and I plan to, yeah. But I've made do. And when I was playing before COVID, even when she was a baby, I took her with me, and I plan to take her with me now and have a nanny, in place for that. But our whole summer's booked out. We're booked all the way into October already, and we're touring all across the country. So lots of state fairs, festivals, some great opening spots for bigger artists. So a lot going on. We're updating our website this week with a lot more dates. So I'm excited about that.
Fantastic. That's great. Chicago on there, do you know? Chicago area?
No, no, we are not in Chicago. I'm trying to think. I know we're going all the way up to Green Bay, I think, or close to there. So we
Okay.
are passing by.
All right.
but,
All right.
but yeah, we've got a lot of places up in the north and Midwest that we're hitting. And what's weird is that I know I've got to show up to all those, but usually they just tell me a week beforehand, and I'm like, okay, that's where I'm flying. I'll be there, and I should know better about my own dates.
No, I get it.
It's hard to keep up with. Yeah.
You got so much to keep up with, and that is a great thing. You're doing interviews, you're promoting this record, you're doing rehearsals and recording, and that is fantastic. It is great. We're gonna get your band out there and your voice out there and your beauty out there, and people are gonna see and hear you guys, and that's a wonderful thing. Where can people find those dates that you got scheduled?
diamondsandwhiskeyband.com. We just opened up our new website, and the merch store will be on there soon, but there's already our tour dates coming up. I know there's one next week we got to throw on there that just happened, but yeah, we're updating that constantly now, so you can find it there. And then Facebook, we're Diamonds and Whiskey. Instagram, Diamonds and Whiskey Official. Twitter's Diamonds Whiskey. They won't let us have the and. I don't know. And,
Twitter. What are you?
Yeah, I know, right? And honestly, we don't tweet very much. There's plenty of politicians that do that for us. So
yeah, there you go. No doubt.
we don't have time
that
for all
over.
that.
Very cool. Now you're going into rehearsals right now?
And getting ready to start. We've got a long one planned for today, and then Saturday we're in here as well. So and then I've got more interviews. So my media schedule is getting a little full, which is amazing, and I'm so grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. You don't know what it means to me. I'm always humbled when you take the time to talk to me, and people actually listen to our music. It means a lot to me.
Good, and it's it's wonderful to listen to. It's absolutely great. And I love the way that you guys are doing, country music and rock music and putting the two together and making your own brand. And it's fantastic. I look forward to more of it. And I can't wait for the album. Yeah, let's talk when the album comes out, and you're doing more singles, and I hear a video is on the way.
Yeah, so we have a video coming out. I think it's going to be in about 2 weeks, and it's being edited now, so we're really excited about that. We just put a teaser up on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should have some singles for you, in the next few months as well, and then the whole record. And we will definitely talk again. I very much have enjoyed this.
Very cool. Very cool. I appreciate you, Jen. Thanks so much. And I, all the preparation for this and
Sorry.
following you around in your car and everything else.
Sorry.
No, please. I appreciate you making the effort, and with your busy day and everything, it's so appreciated. Thank you.
No, thank you. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend.
You too. Thanks so much. And yeah, let's talk soon. All right.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.